I'm recording this. Okay, if you're on the recording, sorry, I just started. I missed you for like 8 minutes, but we're talking about Dobby the House Elf Complex. Just jump on in and we'll get it. Okay, back. So, right, you got to realize that evil people, what they do is first, right, they make you think that you're not a good person. That's what they do to good people. They're not going to turn you into a dictator, but they might make you think you're not a good person. I actually had a podcast episode on this that's really good. I think it was episode 139. What if there was a devil inside your head? That really explains this. But that's the first thing. And then the second thing that results in that is that you don't take action to make the world better or to make your relationships better or to make yourself better because you actually think you're a bad person. But it's just like Dobby the House Elf, right? Like, you know how twisted it is that like Lucius Malfoy could control Dobby and like force this elf to do all these things, right? And beat itself up and feel horrible when this was a noble, beautiful creature, right? There's nothing wrong with this creature. It's the exact same way in real life, right? Not just in terms of your anxious thoughts, but your anxious thoughts actually come because somewhere in the world, there's someone negative who's trying to put those thoughts into you to control you. And so if you accept those anxious thoughts, just like Dobby accepts that he has to beat himself up, right? Or maybe it's magic in this case. I don't know. Maybe he can't avoid it. Maybe it's just the pull of the magic. But if you accept that, then you're just like Dobby. And so I don't want you to think that because you're beating yourself up, you're a good person. Okay? Because you're beating yourself up, you're just like that person who's serving an evil master because you think you're bad. And so you're actually contributing to the evil if you beat yourself up. And so, wow, maybe that's a little bit of a perspective shift for you. What if you thought beating yourself up was evil? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Think about that for a second. Seriously, just spend some time reflecting on that and realize that you're not evil. Again, go listen to podcast 139 of the Liberated Millionaire podcast. I'll have to put something up here, like logo for the podcast. I didn't put that up there yet. But that's a parable for today, guys. And so I guess to complete the story, what I've done is constantly work on my Dobby complex. Once I realized that, it was like poof, everything made sense because I now had a tangible way to explain how I felt, right? I can now say I'm feeling Dobby complexed. And so now I would encourage you to put that in your vocabulary, right? If you think about, let's go a little deeper, right? I'm going into like master's degree mental health right now, so maybe this might be a little much for you, but we're just going to do it because that's who I am and that's what I do. The purpose of being human, right? What is unique to humans? That's what I'm always asking is I think so many people live like animals. They just work and they do the thing in front of them and they are happy or unhappy based on their outside surroundings, just like any other animal. But humans have the gift that we can be happy at any time and make our own choices. And one of the beautiful things about being human, right, that's related to that ability is language, okay? Obviously, a core component of being human is language. And so when I say put the word Dobby complexed into your vocabulary, I want you to think about what if you created vocabulary, right, that just had the most meaning to you. I literally will create words that mean nothing to anyone else, but they mean something to me. Because you're a human, you're experiencing all these subtle nuances of emotion, thoughts, and stuff. And so you're going to have things that mean something to you that might not be understandable to anyone else. But what I want you to know is you could probably, I always try to censor myself when I say should, you could take out the negative words from your vocabulary, the words that aren't serving you, and put in words that serve you, right? Again, it's not good or bad. There's no labeling here. It's just, does it serve your mission to be happy, or does it not serve it? And so to me, like some words don't serve my mission to be happy and I let them go. And some words do, so I invent them like Dobby complexed, right? This is really important. I just took something that's very complicated and nuanced and I spent 30 minutes explaining in a podcast and you may need to read a whole book on to figure out and read all these psychology textbooks. And I've just given you a single word that instantly grasps that for you. Dobby complexed, right? It's what we all are. All kind people in the modern world are severely Dobby complexed. And so if you want to overcome that, you first just got to acknowledge it. So that's all I'm trying to do today. But if you do want to overcome it, I love the books by Ayn Rand, The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged. I think that there is not a better resource in the world for for solving your Dobby complex than these two books. Literally, like these two books are like 1,000-page books that are her thesis on this. They're literally a thesis on why all the good people in the world are Dobby complexed, and that's how bad things happen in the world. And it's so true. And these books are so noble and spiritual and beautiful. Even though she's an atheist, but there's a human spirit in these books. There's something really wonderful, really amazing in these books. And so I just want you to know that. I want you to know that there's something amazing, something passionate in life and you can get so much more. And if you wanted to do further reading on this parable, I really would recommend the books The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged. When I post this on YouTube, I will go ahead and post my book reading list, which has both of those on it, in the comments, in the description, so that you can go find these on Amazon if you want. And that's it, guys, is examine this Dobby complex. That's all I want to say for today. That's all I want to do as far as the parable teaching. I'm going to move straight into my own self-therapy, okay? So we're going to have some fun. I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to stay live, but I'm going to stop recording and then start my recording again so I can be on the next segment. And we're just going to kind of take it slow today, do a little self-therapy, just relax. And I'm going to, again, put myself out there and show you what I'm doing on a daily basis to make myself healthier.